Gold and silver, an outlook and opportunities in mining. Torsten, gold, silver, and of course an outlook and opportunities in mining we want to talk now about. And so what's going on with gold in 2021? That's the big question.
Yeah, Jochen, thank you very much. I think this is our favorite topic for a couple of years now. And lots of investors asking me, what's going on with the gold price now with all the vaccine is coming up? And I say, oh, you don't need gold, right? Because everybody's vaccinated, Corona is forgotten already. And it's not, right? Because it's the debt level we're talking about, and we're talking about fundamental factors in terms of interest rates, real rates, so that means inflation, and basically the fundamentals, supply and demand. And this is a very interesting picture for gold, especially for 2021.
Okay. And you brought us a very interesting chart. Actually, I like that really. Since 1970, when, let's say in the 70s and the 80s, we know that it was the last big gold hype. Yeah. And you have inflation adjusted. We were at $2,200 almost already. Now we have approached 2080. I think that was last year in August, if I'm correct. And now we are mumbling around at 1850. So what might be the reasons? What are your forecasts?
So inflation adjusted, we almost tipped the all-time highs in gold. We're very close to the all-time highs. So we expect when we pass through it from a technical side, we're moving quite fast in a new dimension here of gold prices, because the gold price is checking here a couple of very interesting factors looking forward. And I'm a trained economist. From that, I like these long-term charts. When you look back in the 70s, a comparable situation to today's, to the 2020s, what you see in terms of growth, debt levels, and economic stability. So therefore, we can learn a lot from the 70s for the next coming years.
Okay, so much higher gold prices, right?
Higher gold prices, but also the factor that's capitalizing the silver market.
Okay.
Because the silver market was just barely touching, because of this Reddit Wall Street thing, the $30 mark a couple of days ago. And this is just like the first glimpse of what is probably coming in the smaller, more volatile silver market looking ahead. Because inflation adjusted, we talk gold price always touching its all-time highs. When you look at inflation adjusted silver prices, we have a long way still to go. $100, $120 is
the old high.
Is an old high. So that means that a tripling and a quadrupling of silver is in the likelihood to see on this move to the upside.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of market gamblers, I would call it, really don't understand this or missing is that silver is an industrial metal. Approximately 50-55% is used in industrial appliances. And so therefore you need silver to build the goods. It's not like that you can speculate on paper.
Yeah, gold is your safe haven. It is for like 3,000 to 4,000 years now. It's always like a store of value and a mean of payment for that. Silver is always like the small man's gold on that case. But the industrial component is really clicking a nice a kicker here, because of regenerative energy, photovoltaic, for example, and other high-tech equipment, you see, additionally to the store of value function.
And you said gold already is the thing also, but it's the place to be. Gold is checking all the boxes. You named your chart. What boxes are checked here?
So most importantly, because otherwise it would look like a tapestry, I would like to talk briefly on the interest rate situation, about the debt levels, and about the money supply. Looking at the right side, you see the money supply presented by Hans-Werner Sinn, like a famous German economist on that side. You see the money supply for fighting Corona, for fighting the economic consequence of Corona, is going through the roof. And you see money supply, gold, silver, is also a kind of means of payment, means supply of gold, silver is expanding by 1 to 2%. Money supply is expanding by 20 to 30%, means you need, as a matter of fact, like higher gold and silver prices for one thing. Global debt level, stability, global debt
through the roof.
Through the roof, you can say, yeah, like private household credit, corporate credit, but also the public credit now, because you need to pay all the workers and all the Corona measurements. Going through the roof means there's a question mark on financial stability, also good for the precious metal side. In regard to interest rates, 80% of the price movements of the long term goes into the interest rate side, and interest rate incorporating the inflation rate. So this means record low interest rates, high inflation, It's a perfect environment. So therefore, we mean it's like checking all the boxes with looking bright for the 2021 and going forward trade for the precious metal sector.
Absolutely. And precious metals, so gold is the speciality here also. And you named it here opportunities in mining. And can you explain what we see here on the chart?
Well, you see here in the chart, this is also one of our recommendations, because for safekeeping, when we are talking about the allocation to precious metal, we're talking maybe up to 2/3 of gold exposure and the rest of a third exposure to silver and precious metal mining. Because of a higher leverage. You see here on the chart a huge discount still from mining shares, gold and silver miners, the GDX, the GDSJ, the small miners and the blue chip miners. So we see a catch-up trade looking forward, because gold mines are really becoming a cash machine at this world prices.
Cash cows.
Cash cows, yeah. There's like cash flows are going also through the roof for gold miners at $1,800 to $1,900 price on gold. But just imagine what happens when gold price is touching $2,200, $2,400 on that. So we see like up to 8 to 10 times catch-up trade in the mining space. Of course, this is a higher risk. Therefore, we think that a lower allocation is needed to balance it. But it's an allocation you shouldn't miss, because opportunity is that good.
Absolutely. And lots of gold and silver producers have started or pay already dividends. And that's also a nice add-on.
Something barely new for the last 30 years, I would say.
Absolutely. Fantastic, Torsten. Thank you very much, and hope that we are completely right, because fantastic profits are waiting for us.
It's the silver lightning we see here, Jochen. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe it's a gold lightning also. Thank you very much, Torsten. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Professor Dr. Torsten Dennin, and you heard it. Mining is a real opportunity here, especially the producing companies, gold, silver miners. Yeah, you can have a look on the Barricks and the Newmans in this world, but also, let's say, the small to mid-size producers like an Oceana Gold, a Fiore Gold, Caledonia paying quarterly dividends, and a lot of other great companies like Endeavour Silver, Max Silver, First Majestic. Those are the companies you really should have a look on, because when we are correct with our estimates and gold and silver are really going through the roof, and it really looks like that, then you make probably 5 to 10 times your money. So I'm your host, Jochen Steiger, Commodity TV, in partnership with Dukascopy TV. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Geneva.